stress less, deep clean your entire home. This one, I can't lie, is a little bit of a difficult one for me. I want to do that so bad. During the spring, as my mom was moving out, I had some days, maybe a week prior to those events, made a plan on how I was going to begin to tackle that in my room. Other random places, miscellaneous things in the home as well. And I was doing so well. My room was looking cleaner. I had like a better pathway here compared to the mess that I have going on now. And I was so proud of myself because I had not seen it that neat in over 10 years. But then her events happened. She moved out. I inherited most of the things she didn't take with her. It was a lot of things. And I said, I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have here at acquiring all these things. But I also feel bad that this pushes me back with my goal of keeping my home simple. I could completely embrace a minimalistic approach. I'm never buying stuff. Like, I've never personally bought a piece of furniture. I've never bought anything decorative like frames, floral things. Mom was all about that. She does have a good eye for aesthetics, and I'm grateful for it because that gives the home your signature, if you will, and I can appreciate that. But me personally, I just don't have a lot of attachment to things. As a result, I just find it difficult to acquire things and then have a place to place them. As you can see, I don't have any furniture here, and this was actually my brother's. Then, when my brother had to leave his place and spend some time with us temporarily, he was using them. Then, when he left, mom inherited them. And then, when she left, I inherited them. And then, the place that's holding my phone now is like a little desk. I have wanted a desk here super bad. And now that I have it, I had to occupy it in a way that I didn't really intend. This is not my permanent setup, but what's killing me right now, it's the bins that I have for the clothes that I'm selling. I don't even sleep in my room. My bed is completely holding the things that are pending listing. And I know that I could maximize some more of the space here, but again, it doesn't have anywhere to go. So what I'm going to do, especially coming this spring, is downstairs. I'm going to clean up some of that stuff that's there. That's mostly my brother's. I'm going to try to get him to let me send him a box with more of his things. Clear that up. And maybe if I have to like open up a table or just something to be able to hold some things, I'll do that. But it's just hard because I feel like the mess that's here is not a mess that's necessarily mine. I didn't cause it. I didn't originate it. It's just a combination of an opportunity, but also I'm holding things for other people, like my brother. And my mom took care of everything that belonged to her. The other stuff she left for me to handle at my discretion. But again, it all happened at the same time, very sudden, a lot of it. I didn't have time. And when I have days off, I'm so invested in doing what I have to do to get things out of here, sold and things, that I honestly don't have time to objectively look at that and work with it a little neater. And I only have so much space to designate a spot to these things. So outside of that, at least I find comfort in knowing that my personal things, my actual real belongings, those have been looked through. And I think I just need to part ways with the things I know I'm never gonna use. For instance, VHS tapes. Some of them I have them more out of sentimental value. Like I remember when we got some of those. I remember the things that my mom got me. And my video game consoles, of course, I'm never gonna get rid of them. But I have little things like that. And sometimes I think that I'm just not going to get around to them anymore. And I should just part ways with it and maybe make money in the process. But I know that this season in my life is not permanent, and I have had moments when I have been able to go back to some of it. I would rather have it and not get around to it when I want to. And if I need it, it's there, then need it and want it, and I don't have it, and then I'm trying to chase down what I already had that I let go of. But at least my personal things, everything from clothes to those little miscellaneous things that have made it into my adulthood and that type of thing, those have been looked through. And anything else that no, I'm convinced I'm just not gonna do anything with, then I'll do my thing. I'll just part ways with it. But my goal is to be able to get to a point where I don't have a lot of things pending to sell. And this is the bad thing about selling, that there are some things that I tell myself, this is not getting any activity. This is probably not going to sell. I'm just going to donate it. And within days of me intending to donate some of those things, it ends up selling. So then I tell myself, it's one of those things that if I'm patient, I know that everything is going to sell. But at that expense is my mental state here at home, just seeing the mess. I don't want to spend money buying things to put it in to make it organized when I need money. I'm not going to spend like, I don't know, $25 buying a bin that's big to fit these things. And I'm glad I didn't buy any new bins like I was getting ready to, because we weren't counting on mom moving out. But I inherited so many bins from her that it resolved my problem. And I didn't have to spend a single dime. Imagine if I would have had those bins that mom left behind sitting there empty, idle. That would have annoyed me. It would have upset me. So now my goal is to use more of her little things to use as storage for my little things. For instance, my headbands, they're kind of lying around, and she has like tiny bins, tiny boxes that I could slide those into and place them here and have them all together. Right now, I cannot find some gloves that I bought sometime last year. And they are the same ones as those gray ones that maybe I have worn while making a video, but anyway, they are fingerless. I thought I knew where they were, but I checked there and they weren't there. So now I gotta figure out where they went, because I only have the gray ones, and then I have some of the ones that mom left behind and the ones that she turned into fingerless gloves by trimming them. But that's what I mean. I just need to take the time to organize this. And I know I have the organizational skill to do it. It's just that I fucking work. When I work, I don't want to come here and do more things that resemble work, but I have to. And it's a combination of a psychological setback, but also like a motivation issue. And sometimes I just wish that I had an extra set of hands to help me work on this, because I sometimes want to move things around, but I would rather not because of the work of moving and pushing things and stuff like that. And something like this, because I have a degree of claustrophobia, when I see the mess, I get overwhelmed. And as opposed to working on it a little bit at a time and being patient with myself, if I start a project, I have to finish it. And if it takes me 16 hours straight, I will be working on that. And I don't like that. I can focus, but I don't like that. I feel like if I start something, I have to commit to finishing it. I don't like doing something and then leaving it incomplete, because in my mind, incomplete projects turn into a waste of time. So yeah, you guys, that's my relationship with this one. I love cleaning, actually, but I just don't like that it reminds me of work. And then I look at it as a burden. But anyways, you guys, that's going to be it from me on this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.